It's time! Cincinnati, we gon' rise and up. In the jungle, we united up. Trippin' orange and black and white. All day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Now who gotta move rockin' on? Now who wanna move tossing on? Now who wanna move bottom? If you got stripes, then you let the city know you rock 'em. Yeah, we got 'em. Yeah, we fought 'em. Like that black and orange up on 'em. Finger bottle, never stop it. So the beast and know 'em. Who they rockin' with the diamond stripes? Flossin' on the ring. Cincinnati, she's our queen. We gon' show the world who king. Orange in the day, black in the night. Stripes in our veins.
Welcome to another episode of Bengals Brews. I am Del Altman, joined by Irv Natty and the
Irv
Iceman.
Natty!
I'm surprised you have a shirt on. I thought you'd be shirtless for Irv Natty.
I should. Here, you want me to do it now?
No! Why are you, see, you're so excited to take your shirt off, but you won't wear a half shirt if we get Zeke. I don't get it.
He's an all or nothing kind of guy, Jeff.
I know.
Yeah, buddy. It's a go big. It's a go big or don't go at all.
Good day to all the people in the chat. We appreciate all of you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was laying there in bed. It was almost midnight. I'm like, oh, Bengals just signed Irv Smith. I'll be damned.
Yeah,
I
I thought it
till I
was.
woke up.
I thought it was an April Fool's joke by James. We like I wake up, James like we signed Irv Natty. I'm like, oh, it's April Fool's, and I look at the date like, wait a minute, March 28th. It's not April Fool's. This is real. Irv Natty.
Well, if you would have scrolled up, me and Pork Chop talked about it like
That's what I
about
was gonna say.
50
No,
messages.
I didn't see
in
the
there.
past text messages. Pork Chop is like our night shift watcher and all that on social media.
That's exactly what I did. I scrolled up on the chat going, all right, it's real. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, sweet. And then
1
Greg
year
goes,
deal.
is this real? I'm like, yes, it's real.
So Irv Smith Jr., 1 year deal, drafted by the Vikings in the second round, 6'2", around 240. The only issue has been injuries, but he's still only 24 years old. Like, he's 24 and a half. He's like, it's not like he's right at 25 even right now.
Nope.
So very young. 2020, played in 13. 2021, he didn't play at all. So that's the
Right.
thing. He's
Yeah, I
had
heard his
knee,
knee then.
thumb, and ankle injuries the past couple years. So 2021 didn't play. Last year, I only played in 8 games due to injuries.
Yeah, last year was an ankle.
Yeah.
I mean, look, if he's healthy, which I mean that's a big if. You have to, it was history. But if he's healthy, dude, it's a great pickup. I mean, he can come
Well,
here.
you look to his other 2 years.
Yeah,
13 games in 2020, 30 catches, 365 yards, 5 touchdowns. That's damn good. Like, what did
Yeah.
Hurst have this year? 400 plus, and
something like that. Yeah.
yeah.
And he had a mediocre quarterback throwing in the ball in Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins. Kirk.
Cousins.
But that's the thing. That's the temptingness to come here is come here as a tight end, ball out, and go get your money. Look at CJ Uzama. Look at Hayden Hurst. I mean, they did the same thing. I mean, Irv could go do this next year. We go draft one. It's somewhere in the draft. Second, first, third, wherever. Get one. He could be the backup to Irv, and then that guy takes over next year. So I mean, I think it makes us not have to reach for anybody, to be honest.
Exactly.
That's the biggest thing. It's BPA right now. So
Yep.
I mean, that could be a tackle at 28. That could be a defensive lineman. That could be a tight end. We're good. At pretty much every spot. We don't have a pressing need that we have to go get somebody.
Yeah. And even 2019, he had 16 games, 36 catches, 311 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And I feel like that's still when they had Kyle Rudolph. So,
Right.
he it's not like he just had 1 year of production. Even last year, he only played in 8 games, but he had 25 catches, a little less than 200 yards, but still,
Right.
He's productive catching the ball and had a couple touchdowns again. So, I mean, tons of upside and like you guys said, the main thing is there was nothing at tight end.
He's the best one out there.
Wait.
And then, Wilcox maybe still out there. Another guy that used to play here is still available, but let's leave him out there. That's
Please
fine.
do.
What's his name?
Yeah, we don't talk about Bruno. And but yeah, Irv Smith, to me, there's a lot to like.
There is.
And
Absolutely.
Jamar Chase was excited.
Yes,
I
he
think
was.
he's a New Orleans guy, like Jamar is, so they probably know each other and everything. I'm sure
Joe's wearing
Joe's
half shirts like Greg does. So I mean,
I'm sure Burrow's happy. He's got a target. you don't have to force anything, right? If Michael Mayer's there, I still think maybe he's in the conversation. Some people say Kincaid. Back issues still worry me.
Yeah.
But overall, I think this just points more toward waiting for a tight end in a deep class before you take your first one, whether it's second, third round.
And that's why, I mean, I've kind of stayed with this, and I said it's BPA, but I think BPA means still, if it's a right tackle, if Donald Wright is there, or I think they're taking him. So at number 1.
And the fourth horseman, Coach Cam in the hizzy.
Cam, what up, yo?
Hey, Cam, can I get an Irv Natty?
Yes, sir. What up, Irv? Now you got it.
Go, man.
Yeah, we're just talking about, he's kind of been productive. He's still young, 6'2", 240, not a bad blocker, but he's had 36 catches, 30 catches, 25 catches, Injuries have been the only thing, but, I mean, I think sky's the limit, especially on a one-year deal. He's going to look to ball out and try to get paid next year.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, yesterday, Joe Burrow can get tight ends paid.
Yep.
So, Irv Smith would be another one. Obviously, injury concerns there, but the upside is there. I think it was that 2021 or 2020 year. He had the 36 catches for like 300 something yards.
365 and 5 tutties in 2020.
See, and that's solid. If you think Hayden Hurst gave us 400.
That was 13 games too. He missed 3 games even that season. So
that's on the pace to have that 400, 500 yard season that we've been getting. So if he stays healthy, it's definitely an asset.
I agree. And then here's Chris in the chat saying, injury history there, we could still double dip. Yeah, I don't think that rules out anything.
No. Yeah, we still could. I mean, it's all going to be, I think it's all going to be BPA. I really do. That just opens up. I mean, if it's BPA with 2 tight ends, great. If it's BPA with 2 running backs, cool. That's where it just makes it so we don't have to reach for somebody. That's
right. And you don't have to force bringing 2 in. If it works out that 2 ends up being best player available in a couple different rounds, sure.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Yep.
Hey, Coach Cam, you missed the memo. Where's your hat at, man?
You missed the memo. Look,
Dale ain't let me know, so I know I got to get a hat now. So the next time I'm on.
I didn't know mine would come in. I mean, I know it's one day shipping, but I thought I might have missed it.
No, I took off work early to get the hat.
Look, Cam, let's be real.
I gotta
here.
Go get a hat then.
Cam, let's be real here. They just wanted to be like me because I had the hat yesterday. I was first.
They just want
to be like me. I mean, come on. I am the trendsetter. She's trying to hand you a hat.
Yeah. Hey, so they were trying to hook me up like, you need a Bengals hat? I'm like, nah, it ain't that one.
But yeah, I thought it would be a good time to just recap free agency in general, kind of give our grades. Like I seen that out there a lot. Did you even put that, Cam? Did you put that on Twitter?
I did. I did kind of throw out the grades out there. I guess for me, right now, I guess with the Irv Smith side, I do give us a B-. I thought we did very well getting Orlando Brown. That's definitely a shocker. No one expected. Boosted your offensive line there. He was able to retain Pratt, which was very huge and very shocking. Bringing in Nick Scott, bringing in Sidney Jones, and these last couple of days really, really helped. And plus, we still got the draft left, so it's definitely room for improvement in that grade. But right now, I'll give us a B- because I do feel like Von Bell will be a bigger miss than what people think. And that's where I kind of mark those down.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I mean, I said it's a solid offseason, which solid means it's solid. It's not an A. I'm not saying it's A, but yeah, B- right around there. I mean, Orlando Brown. If we don't have Orlando Brown, it's probably more like a C. But you get Orlando Brown, that bumps it up. So I can't disagree with any of that, Cam. I do. I think it's a solid offseason.
What you got, Greg? You got a grade on it?
You know what? Strawberry took the words right out of my mouth. If we didn't get Orlando Brown, we would have easily been in the C, C- range and all that and stuff. But with Orlando Brown, I got to go B+ and all that because that just totally just boosted everything up and all that. I mean, I still think we'll sign some depth pieces here and there before the draft. But as of right now, I'll give it a good B+. I'll give it a barely B+.
Yeah, and I'll go in between the B+, B-, and just say a solid B. I think that's what I checked on the poll that you put out.
I missed the poll. Sorry, I have to go and vote on it.
You guys said it all with the Orlando Brown signing being a big bump. It's not very often you can get a top 10-ish left tackle.
4-time All-Pro.
Yeah, 4-time Pro Bowler, 4 straight Pro Bowls.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, it's a big deal. And then I gotta agree about the Von Bell. I don't know what Nick Scott is.
Right,
I just don't. Now he could go out there and he could play just as well as Von under Lou, and we'd be like, oh, okay, cool. We saved a little money. Well, about half the money, right? He's making about half what Von's making. So,
well, one of the guys at work I was talking about that, and I think he made a good comparison. I know it's cornerback to safety, but he kind of compared it to Cheetah Bay. Is we really didn't know who Cheetah Bay was, and he was underutilized or whatever in Dallas. He came here and balled out as their number one corner. I know it's safety, but I mean that's where Nick Scott could be. Again, I think it's a big loss with Bell. I didn't want to lose Bell and Bates just because of the way they play in the field and the locker room stuff. That with they started the players only meetings and just Bell being there at the crack of dawn, and which Paul Dieter Jr. said this on the Hit Up podcast. Proud. That stuff's not going to leave just because he left. It's embedded in this team, but still, it is a big loss just because of it's him. It was him and Jesse Bates doing it. So somebody's got to step up and take that torch. Is it Nick Scott? I don't know. I mean, we'll have to wait and see. So that is a little not worrisome, but we'll have to see how it works out.
Well, especially in the safety room, right? If we'd have Von back, because we knew that Dax was likely going to replace Jesse.
Right. But
still, we knew what Jesse was. We're still not sure what Dax is.
Right.
If we would have had Bell back, that at least gave us a guy. We know what he is. We know he was a leader. We know he knows the system. We know that all that stuff, he's going to get guys lined up in the right places.
That's that's the biggest thing right there, trying to get guys lined up. I mean,
we've got a little bit of unknown at safety, so I think that's the reason that you got to kind of keep it at a B instead of anything a little higher because of that unknown at safety. But other than that, I mean, if you replace Sidney Jones with Apple, I think that's about a wash. And under Lou, he might get even more out of Sidney.
Apple still might not be out of the question.
True. I'm not saying he is, but I'm just saying, even if you just say as of now, that's the replacement, you know. And then Orlando Brown, I mean, you're moving Jonah over to right tackle as of now. There's been no trade. So that should upgrade 2 positions, should upgrade your left tackle and right tackle. I mean, was so bad there at the end of the season and in the playoffs.
Right.
I mean, Jonah would have to be an upgrade there, and some people think he'll be really, really good if he actually commits to playing right tackle.
That's where I'm at, because I think the short arms really hurt him on the left side. I don't think it's going to hurt him as much on the right side. That's where I think it's going to be more of a fit for him. And like I keep saying, McGlinchey got, $80 million or whatever it was, and go get your money at right tackle.
But if we recap like what we lost, right? So one thing we haven't replaced yet, and maybe there's still a little signing out there, a little Zeke Natty maybe is still out there. Right?
Don't get him excited. He's look at his head's gonna explode.
Because we lost P. Ryan, right? And we haven't replaced that, and he was a big part of pass blocking and receiving and just kind of doing the things you needed, the extra things you needed as a second running back. So we haven't really replaced that.
I'd say
Hurst. The Irv Smith thing was so huge because boom. To me, I'm like, I feel like he could replace Hurst.
Yes.
I don't think he's that far off from Hurst, especially if he stays healthy.
Well, Hurst, they're not the same tight end. Hurst was a big dude, 6'6" and 7. Isn't like Irv Smith only like 6'2" or
yeah. But Irv's been known to be a little bit better blocker, it seems like, to this point in his career. Hurst wasn't really known to be a blocker at all. And
he's faster too, ain't he?
Was solid last year.
Who's faster, Hurst or Smith? Is Smith faster than Hurst, do you think? Or?
I don't remember what Hurst ran, but I know Irv Smith was a 4.6 guy at the combine. So
yeah, I thought Smith was pretty fast.
Yeah,
4.6 is moving.
Yeah, and I mean Hurst might have also ran a 4.6. I don't know, but I'm just saying, like, I know Irv Smith did, and he almost plays like a little bit more than Hurst, in my opinion. Once again, barring being healthy, but so, and then like you guys said, the corners, that's what else we lost. And I mean, we planned on losing Dax, but Von's the big question. So, but overall, I mean, can't really complain. Cody Ford don't move the needle either way. That's the other signing we've had. To me, it's just a guy.
He's a guy. He's a depth piece, guy. That's it.
Yeah. He's a guy on the roster right now.
Yeah.
Real quick, going back to those tight ends, Irv Smith Jr. ran a 4.63 and Hayden Hurst ran a 4.67. Not that much difference.
Yeah.
But when I look on game film, Irv Smith does look faster on game film more than Hayden Hurst does. But as far as running the 40 time, they're about the same.
Either way, it sounds like a wash. Other than the size, it sounds like it's going to be the same as was as long as he stays healthy. I keep saying that it's going to be the same as having Hayden there. I think.
Well, and Hayden's 30 and he's 24.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know what I mean. So if you add that part of it in, there's no reason to think that he can at least maybe get there, especially in our offense being a fourth or fifth option with everyone else getting so much attention.
Right. Exactly. So getting to the running backs there, I know this guy loves Zeke, but what about Kareem Hunt? Would that move the needle for you guys? I mean, this is just me throwing it out there. I haven't heard anything from anybody, but I mean, that's another one I think that you might consider as because he has been a backup. I mean, he's used to it. He's been a
Same
backup.
age as Zeke too. They're both 27.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're in their 30s.
Only thing with Kareem Hunt is he doesn't have as much tread on the tires. And he really wants a bigger role. He was upset with Cleveland last year, going into training.
I get it. That's the thing, Cam.
Well, yeah, being this far into free agency, he's going to have to deal with it now.
Right.
Zeke wants a good player.
He wants a ring. He's willing to be a backup. Zeke just wants to go get a ring. And Zeke is a great locker room guy. That's another reason I want Zeke.
I don't know if the Bengals want him though. That's the thing.
Well, we'll make them want him.
You don't have that much power, Greg.
I wrote down some other names besides those because I wanted to do a whole like free agency type recap and who's still out there and stuff with this episode. So Zeke and Hunt, you guys already mentioned. McKinnon is not a pass blocker, but I like him. He's 30, but damn, that man can catch the ball and he seems to make big plays at big times. Had over 500 and some receiving yards out of the backfield for Kansas City last year. And we know that he was splitting with that rookie that they had. So what are you guys' thoughts on a guy like McKinnon as another guy that could be brought in at running back?
He fits. He fits very well. Someone that can catch out of the backfield. He's explosive. Can pop off runs, get to the second level. Can pass block, something that we look for. If we could get McKinnon on relatively cheap deal, I'll take him as well. I think you will get more. I'm sorry, Greg. I think you'll get a little bit more mileage out of McKinnon than you would Zeke. But either one I'll take. But if you had to give me a choice, I would take McKinnon.
Yeah, and then there's some other guys like McKissick, who watched him release. He's like 29. Justin Jackson's like 26, but I remember he had like a couple good games here and there for I think the Chargers, but then I never heard anything else about the guy, so I don't have a lot to say about him. I just know he's one of the younger guys.
I said we still trade for Austin Eckler too. That's a joke.
Hey man, he was at Jeff Ruby. Supposedly Eckler was. I mean,
God, that wasn't a thing, Greg.
Hey, that was the rumor. I just heard.
It's a made-up rumor.
and another guy that was real young, but he hasn't done anything in the NFL to this point. It would be completely taking a flyer on the guy. Is Benny Snell? He's only 25 still.
That one is interesting. I mean, like he's a complete flyer, though. I mean.
This is when we need Cincy James on here because he was a Kentucky player, so Cincy James would probably have more intel on.
I used to work with a guy that is a huge Kentucky fan, and when he was at college, it's all I heard about. Benny Snell this, Benny Snell that. Like, yeah.
Speaking of Cincy James, this could be a sign we could get Zeke here, Natty. You know, some Hayden Hurst crop top, Irv Smith crop top. Hey, Zeke fits.
Well, we need you in a crop top. That's the point. We need you. You have to bring it home, Greg. You have to do the crop top.
Yep. If you want them, you got to start coming on these shows crop topped out.
Yep.
That a deal?
So anyway,
it's up to you, Greg.
like Cam, he'll rip his shirt off, no problem. Wear a crop top. I don't know. Like, well,
but it's either shirt or no shirt, man. I'm not going halfway. I am not going halfway here.
Look, you got to commit, Greg. Either with Zeke or you don't, okay?
See, and here's the thing, too, because, like, okay, so McKinnon's not that great of a blocker, but he's a great pass catcher. And I think that could be just as needed, especially maybe we don't need these guys to block as much if we actually have a decent line for once.
Right. True.
So if we can shore up the rest of the line, and maybe that's through the draft or it's Jonah deciding he's going to commit to right tackle. I don't know which one of those things it is. But, and I think Travion can fit that role, too. But, yeah, a draft pick or, like I said, if you did bring him McKinnon, it's like, man, okay, let him catch more passes. Don't have him back there trying to block. Let the actual line block.
Right.
Let Irv Smith be the extra guy that blocks.
Well, and just think this, and you said this the last couple of years with Mixon. Just think if this again, this could be the best line that Mixon's ever played under or in front of or behind. I should say. Sorry, I get it right. Mixon could have yeah, I know. I went all around the sun there, but Mixon could have a career year in rushing this year. I mean, it could have. It's not like Mixon's washed. I mean, he's not washed. He's had some really good games. He's just inconsistent as far as running goes this year. But I mean, he could with this line.
He could have 700 yards receiving. I mean, he had almost 600 last year. 800 yards receiving wouldn't be a shock.
Which I don't care. I mean, as long as we're moving the ball down the field, it consistently doesn't matter if we're. It does, but not really. If we're doing it consistently, throwing the ball, running the ball, whatever, just get the ball moving forward.
Yeah, because it goes back to that whole point, right? If we're having the line block better and we don't need a running back to do the blocking. But I don't think anybody ever said we couldn't find a role for Mixon. It's just at $13 million.
Right. Oh, yeah. That's the, which I mean, again, at this point, Dale, you said it. We think we're keeping him. So.
Yeah, and it may be for 13, but I don't know, man. Every time James Rapine and those guys, Paul Dehner, they put out articles or they talk, they still talk about it like, they'd be surprised if he's back at 13.
And he might not. I have no idea. I mean,
I don't either. But to me, I felt like at this far,
I just don't know if at this point, what is the point of restructuring them? Like, we're not going after any big guys. Like, he's off the books after this year. I mean, I think it's to the point where they saying thank you for sticking it out with us, being loyal to us, helping us build the foundation. We're gonna, ride out on this contract, and because I
don't think they will. I think because he's still got another year at around the same. Even more.
He's got one more year at this, doesn't he?
I think we'd revisit this again next year too.
Yeah. He's got one more, but still, I mean, like you said,
I think they'll give you one more, and then next year it may be over.
I mean, well, you said, Cam, there's nobody out there that free agent wise that we're going to go get that's going to make us choose between money wise between Mixon and the free agent. I mean, there isn't. So
it would have to be some kind of money for Higgins or Logan Wilson or Burr. It would have to be something with the extensions they're trying to get done. Would be the only even thought of why.
Right. So anyway, I know we've been talking Mixon like that's been the whole topic here for the whole offseason.
Well, and I mean, and that's what it's like. It is what it is. It's just we were talking running back, and you can't not talk about Mixon if you're going to talk about bringing in a Zeke or a rookie because
they are going to draft one.
Someone's still coming into this room.
Someone's coming.
Maybe two guys still.
Right. They can easily double dip, and I think it's more of a chance of them now double dipping at running back than tight end. Like I said, I think they're going to sign. Well, they can sign Wilcox. Wilcox to be your backup. You draft another one. There's three guys right there, and so then you get two running backs. Okay, Greg.
I was going to ask you all that question. Do you think they have a better chance of double dipping at running back or tight end? Coach Cam, what do you think? Do you think what's the better shot right now? Tight end or running back? They double dip in.
Ooh, tight end or running back? Tight end.
Yeah.
Even with Smith Jr., because I don't know who posted it today, but it had the tight end room. I believe it was Tyler posted the tight end room, and it can still use some work. Yeah. I still would prefer Ossie as right as the third tight end or fourth. That's where I would like him at. So I would like to double dip there still.
I got a question for you guys. Now, with this signing we have, how much more do you think we could take a interior lineman at 28?
I think
I can't see it because he's not going to play right away.
Yeah.
Or we talking about interior offense or defense?
No, defense. Sorry, defense.
Defense. Yeah, we've talked about that. I thought you were saying offense.
No, my bad. My fault.
Oh, now we're talking.
Yes.
Yeah, no. Well, Dale, I asked you this in the chat.
You know who I want, Dale?
Breesy.
Yes. No, not Breesy. No, I'll take Breesy. Who?
Cansey.
Yes, I want Cansey. If
He's not going to be there.
I think a lot of people would want Cansey. That's the thing. Like,
there's stuff he's been dropping. I don't know.
No, I know. Well, that's the thing. I feel like it's setting up to be one of those big disappointments, right? That everybody's been like, we'd be good with that. So
I'm just saying, if he's there and say Darnell Wright is there, I might be taking Cansey at this point.
This year's Tyler Linderbaum.
Yeah, at this point, it seems like it, right? where everybody was like Linderbaum last year. And
That
then,
was me. I was all about Linderbaum.
All right, so our boy
I
Chad
agree.
here.
I
He
agree.
attended Bama for a while. Psyched to see Irv Smith. I think he gives us the same as Hurst, and I appreciate the love for the show, brother. I seen that on Twitter the other day. Much love for that.
I met Chad one time at 50 West. Really nice person. Chad, thank you so much, buddy.
Chad, if you ever meet Greg again, run the other way.
Yeah.
Just
Exactly.
Don't take a picture with him. You'll never get rid of him. He'll be on your show all the time and just like can't get rid of him. He's just there. No,
Just
okay,
cock
Greg. You know I love you.
We love you, Greg.
Love
Now we did have a couple other visits yesterday. I don't want to just
Yes.
disregard that news. It's talking about potential people maybe we could bring in. So the first one being Contavious Street.
Hey, I said his name right yesterday. Woohoo!
How about that?
One that I read for me.
6'2", 287, just now getting ready to turn 26 years old. So it's not like he's an old guy. He'd be more of a 3-tech.
Yep. That's what he
PFF
needs.
had him listed at 6 sacks, but everybody said on NFL it says 3.5. I think it was more 3.5 sacks. Either way, that would be great in our rotation. We'll take 3.5 sacks in a rotation with BJ Hill all day, every day.
Yep.
Pass rush grade was 59.8 through PFF. The year before, he also had 3 sacks with almost a 70 pass rush grade for PFF. I mean, you take a 70 pass rush grade all day long from anybody,
Right.
rotational or not.
Yeah.
So you guys have any thoughts on Contavious Street? Had you really even heard of him? I haven't heard too much about him. He did play at NC State, too, with Pratt and BJ Hill.
Yeah. I'd heard of him, man. And that's what we kind of talked about a little yesterday. That I think would be a good backup 3-tech because we have to have somebody there. We got that's where I kind of think that might come to more of the forefront in the draft. We got to get somebody to replace Larry O. It's 2 years later, but we still need that. Go ahead, Cam. You're about to say something.
No, I agree with you. What you said there. I said the two differences in between the championship game. When we went to the Super Bowl, we got Mahomes on the ground when it counted. This year we didn't, unfortunately. But yeah, anything that can help BJ Hill stay fresher, get someone in there that they can trust to play more snaps, and we can still get a rise of Zach Carter too. This is year 2 for him.
Hopefully,
and he got significant playing time last year as well. And I think we kind of forgetting about him a little bit because we are anxious for that pass rush.
And I'm not sure if he's that guy. I think he could be a solid D tackle, but I don't know what he's going to give you on pass rush yet. But I'd love to see him take that leap.
Yeah, but he's still young. He's still young. He got time, and maybe he doesn't turn out to
he had flashes of it, but it wasn't enough.
But yeah, I think he's somebody that can take a step up, this year. But I still think there's someone that you have to attack in the draft, whether you pick up Street or not. I think it's something you still have to attack in the draft.
Yeah, you as much D line as you can get because those guys rotate. It's not like your offensive line; you can rotate and we do. We rotate D linemen all the time.
All the time.
Yep.
Were you going to say something, Greg? I saw you.
Yeah, look, here's the thing. If he's coached under Marion Hobby, I have no doubt in my mind he can take him up to a better level. I was
thinking that too. Well, I was thinking that too when we were talking about Carter. I'm like, okay, it's Carter's second year under Marion Hobby, so
right.
Well, no, Carter, because last year Carter, I think everybody thought we reached him, and I looked up Carter's stats. I mean, his sack rate just kept going up every single season and all that. And like I said, Marion Hobby, I think you could argue maybe the best defensive line coach or at least a top 5.
There. He's up there for sure.
Did Zach get injured last year too?
What's that?
Didn't Zach Carter get injured last year or not? I thought he did.
I don't think so.
Gopher did.
Near the end, wasn't he?
Huh?
Carter was hurt, I think, the start of the year, wasn't he?
I don't remember.
I thought for sure. I thought he missed a couple guys. I know Gunther got hurt, but I thought Carter got hurt too a little.
But Contavious Street, that'd be a perfect guy to have just as a backup for BJ Hill. Because I was happy we got BJ Hill, but when I found out we really didn't have a replacement for Larry O, I didn't want to be negative, but I'm thinking to myself, this is a big loss right here with Larry O. Coach Cam, you were talking yesterday. I saw what you saw. Even like in that Bills game we dominated, there were plenty of times I saw Josh Allen comfortable in the backfield. I'm like,
he made a couple plays where he's just wandering around back there. He got all day.
No, we did not have the pass rush we did the year before like we did this year, and that's what I'm saying. We need to get that. I know Osai could be that guy, but I'm just saying you can never have enough edge rushers. So.
Yeah. As much as you guys were talking about your love for Casey, and I'm with you. I think he's going to be a hell of a player in the NFL. But I still think I'd take Darnell Wright over him if both were there, because then I've got my right tackle for 10 years.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I mean, I love Cansey, but I'm with you on this because I think Jonah can play right tackle, but it is harder to do it. And Joe Goodberry tweeted us, like, try to wipe your butt with your opposite hand. That's what, Jonah Williams got to do. Everything's going to be flipped. Now, Orlando Brown says it's easier to go from left to right. I've never played offensive tackle my entire life, but you're doing everything the opposite. So it's
Orlando's saying that shit because like, get your ass over here, Jonah.
Yeah, right, exactly.
My left side.
Yeah, exactly. My left tackle, bitch. But yeah, no, I love Cansey, but if Darnell Wright is there, I'm taking him just because.
All right, what you got on that, Cam? Wright or Cansey? If you have both on the board, you're the GM.
Ooh, Wright or Cansey. Wow.
It's hard, but
it's very hard.
It'd be a good problem to have. I'll say.
I would love to have this problem.
If we if Cansey and Wright is on the board, I'm taking Cansey. Only reason why is I've seen Joe Burrow get to the Super Bowl with us blocking for him.
Right.
So I need Mahomes on the ground. I'm gonna keep repeating. I need him on the ground. I need Josh Allen on the ground. I need all these quarterbacks who's in the AFC on the ground.
The thing is,
That's
I don't
the
think
key.
I don't think any of us would be disappointed one way or the other.
No,
If we
for
get-
sure. No,
Right.
for sure.
No, look, either way, we're in a good situation right now.
Yeah.
We have the right tackle. I mean, like we were all talking about one time. It's not like he'd be hurting himself if he sat out.
Right. I've said that a
All
million
right,
times.
Greg. So all right, you're the GM now. Which one are you taking, Darnell Wright or Cansey?
Neither. Michael Mayer's there. I'm taking him.
Oh, he's going back to. He's throwing in a third name.
Michael
Who's
Mayer.
I love Michael Mayer.
getting drafted ahead of these three guys?
Dale, you left the DeJuan Jones. I'm still on DeJuan Jones. I mean, I'm sorry.
I'm okay with Jones at 28, but the concerns are real.
Yeah.
Hey, you know who they said the same about, Dale? Oh, Orlando Brown. Remember?
And he went in the third round, Greg.
Yeah, he slipped to the
first round.
third.
That's the thing, Greg.
I'm fine with Jones.
Yeah,
That's
we
what
might be able to get him at 60.
right,
If we get him at
so you
60, I'm all over that.
Here's the thing about Cansey. Here's one thing about the Bengals. They value guys like chess pieces. What Dax Hill is, Sam Hubbard is a chess piece. The only thing Cansey can do is pass rush. That's why I knew they were not going to take Linderbaum.
What did Larry O do?
Because that's the only position Linderbaum can play as center. The Bengals don't value that.
I will say this: there's been a lot of talk about Cansey that all he can do is pass rush. But when we actually went through last weekend, I had the grades for D linemen and stuff. He wasn't bad against the run either. Like his grade wasn't as bad as I was expecting to see based on what's been out there about it.
The thing is, one great. Oh, go ahead, Jeff. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, what was Larry O? Larry O was mostly a pass rusher. He wasn't more of a block, was he? Or am I getting that wrong?
He could do a little of both, but yeah, he
could play
provided
more
more of the pass rush,
right.
and BJ Hill did more of the other.
Right. So that's what Cansey would do.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like a guy like Cansey, what you can do is you don't have to force him to come in and play 40 or 50 snaps. He could come in on 3rd and 6 pluses and wreak havoc and get to the quarterback. So there's something where he can improve on his run game, but we don't have to force him out there on run downs. We could throw him out there on 3rd and 6 with Cansey, with Hendrickson, Hubbard, Hill,
Baby.
or Osai even, or you want to kick Hubbard inside, go Osai out there.
You give me a hot bother there, Cam. Give me a hot bother.
I do agree with you on that. If on 3rd down plays when you need it the most, I would not complain about that. I'm not going to complain if we
And
get
that's what we needed in the Chiefs game.
I know we did. Hey, Strawberry. I do want
but I go back to what I said. I would still go with Darnell Wright probably, but I ain't gonna complain. It's like by that much. Just
I think it would be a
wrong
great
with-
problem to have.
Yes.
Either way.
I agree.
And now this is what I don't want though. Pork chop, I love you,
Oh, poor child, you my
Let
guy.
it go.
but I could not take Darnell Washington
My
at
God, poor
28.
child, but no.
Coach Cam, help us out here. Try to educate Pork Chop. Look, I'm not.
Educate Pork Chop.
Darnell
Yeah,
Washington,
Greg.
I am not complaining about. He had a great combine, but Cam, can you explain to Pork Chop about why it's not a good idea to take? He's a project, correct?
He's a project. He's very raw. I would like for if you're gonna get somebody at 28, especially a tight end, I would like the production to be there at college. I would like a little bit higher production. Yes, he has the
25 catches this season. You know, else had 25 catches there last season before they came out in the draft. Drew Sample. How that worked out.
Whoa, yeah, that's nasty though, Dale. I don't know.
I know.
If I could go ahead.
No. But I'm saying production only. Obviously, Drew Sample wasn't 6'7".
Wait, I thought you weren't going to say his name.
I did because I want to say that he sucked.
I just with Darnell Washington, it's a project. Yes, he can possibly make some explosive plays.
He does have upside,
but it's going to take. Right now, we're in a Super Bowl window. We need more of a finished product. We don't need projects right now. We need somebody that can go out there and can catch maybe 30 to 35 balls for us, like right now. So that's why I wouldn't pick Washington necessarily.
You know, 60 at 60. Let's go.
60, hell yeah.
If we go right Washington, that's fine.
Yeah. I'm cool with that.
not against that.
Yeah, that would be not. Man, imagine the blocking alone, the improvement. then it would be with your running backs. Like, shit, why do we need a running back to block anybody?
Just I can play right Washington, Orlando as our edges, our towers.
That's bad. That's
I imagined it, and now I gotta change my underwear because I just got
Dude, we'd be pancaking people, dude. Parker Pancake Blake would be loving this.
Yes.
No doubt. All right, so we had another guy I want to visit. I think he's less likely to sign, though. Terrell Basham. I think he went to OU. 6'4", 266. He's 29. That doesn't fit kind of like most of our signings seem to be like they're trying to stay away from the guys turning 30. And even the guys we let go, that was 29 and 30, 28.
They want 25 to like 27 is where they're.
Yeah, it seems to be at least.
Yeah.
And last year he didn't have any sacks. He still had some good PFF grades, but 0 sacks last year. The 2 years prior, he had 4 sacks each season. So that's solid production. But I don't know. Being 29, I think that was more of – I don't know that he'll be signed. What do you guys think on Basham? I think Street's more likely than Basham of the two that visited.
Yeah, I don't see – like you said, but 29, I just don't see it. I'd rather get Street, That's just me personally. I'm not going to complain or anything if we do sign him, but Street would make more sense in my opinion.
I mean, I like Street better. To be honest, I don't even know I never heard of Basham. To be honest, so I don't.
I like the name Basham. I like that.
Yeah, no, hosting Basham heads. That'd be great.
Yeah.
What you got, Cam?
I would rather go with Street. Basham, like I said, a little bit long in the tooth there. I don't know much about Basham to really kind of critique him either way. But for what we need more, I would go with Street. I think
I agree. And we have Osai and Sample backing up the ends. And Gunter was drafted in the 7th round. I had him as a 4th, 5th round guy. So I wouldn't be surprised if, maybe he makes our fit. If we have 5 DNs, he's the 5th guy.
He has the measurables, man. Like he has that Michael Johnson type build where he's long, be interesting to see if he can take it.
When we got Gunter the 7th, I guess you were excited then, huh? Because you see him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Jeff, because me and Jeff was doing shows a lot, and that's what I said. I was like, man, I had him clearing away my highest, linebacker / DN type guy, because he had lined up a little bit of both at Coastal. But
do you still have high hopes that he could be a producer?
For sure, man. And I think they trusted in him that he was active early in the season. I just think then he dealt with some injuries. Because he was active. Remember in that Miami game, he blocked that extra point or field goal, whichever one it was.
All right.
I still keep it out there. I think Osai is going to have an even bigger year. Because I was watching on NFL Network. I was watching the Week 13 game when we beat the Chiefs, and Osai got in there, and he was getting pressure on Patrick Mahomes then. So I think Osai's, I don't know, this 3rd year. Last year was his first full year in the NFL. 3rd year coming around. 2nd full year in the NFL. I got a good feeling about Osai this year. I really do.
Yeah. So I think we're all on the same page here with you, Chris, too. Like I think we're all on the same page with that. Yeah. We'd rather have more pass rush at D tackle. and let these other guys at the end get more snaps, see what they can do even more, because we've seen flashes, especially from his side. We've seen flashes like Jeff was just saying.
Yep.
His ceiling's outrageous.
What I think too is the more pressure this is going to be duh, but I mean the more pressure you get on the quarterback, the better it is for your DBs. So you're going to make the quarterback throw the ball sooner than he wants to. So that helps.
So deep it all works hand in hand.
It all works hand in hand. So yeah, I mean that's everybody knows that.
Now this isn't a guy who visited, but there's a couple more guys I want to mention that's still out there, just because if you really want to make a move with a couple more guys. Right tackle Cam Fleming, 6'5", 320. He is 30, so it kind of goes against the age thing. But we've seen them bring in Riley Reef a couple years ago.
That's what I was about to say. We brought in Riley.
And he's still getting checks. He's still, got another one-year deal with, I think, the Patriots this year, the Bears last year. Mm-hmm. So I think Fleming can still do it. Like his grades last year, he has 74 pass blocking, 68.8 run blocking. Like those would be like phenomenal compared to what our guys had on the line.
That's right tackle since Andre Smith. That's
right, exactly.
So I'm just like, and he's still out there at this point of free agency. So I'm like, if you give this guy $3 million, we're talking giving Zeke $3 or $4 million. I give this guy $3 or $4 million for 1 year, and that helps me be more willing to find a trade partner for Jonah.
Yeah, me and Santori were talking about this on the phone earlier today. He said that same thing, and I'm like, I asked him, I said, would you be okay if he's your starter right tackle? He's like, yeah, it'd be all right. But if you draft somebody, that'd be even better. But still, that, like you said, that frees up.
Well, you've got a guy that's played just last year at a high level.
Yes, exactly.
So there's no pressure.
And he doesn't have a big major injury problem either.
And you don't have to toss that rookie in there week one.
Right.
Look what they did with like Cam Taylor-Britt last year. The plan was to bring him along, and I know he was injured some, but I still think that was the plan, was to bring him along and let him come in about halfway.
Yep.
And that's what they were doing. And then Cheeto just got hurt, so Eli stayed in the lineup. But they were replacing Eli with Cam Taylor-Britt that same week.
Mm-hmm. That was the plan.
I don't know. What do you think about bringing in Cam Fleming? Everybody would be for that?
I would.
If I knew
I would be in there for it.
I do it 100%. If I know I can get something good for Jonah, I'm doing it 100%.
Yeah, I'll do it. It'll free us up, and then we can really go best player available. Really, at that point, because like we said, unfortunately, like we hope Kenzie will be there. I don't think he will, but I hope. But at that point, like I said, you go BPA, and you don't have to feel like you got to reach somewhere and pick maybe a reach player there.
I can't believe it.
I know.
Hey, he said Santori now, so he's in trouble.
I was talking to him about it today.
I don't care.
Greg usually says Santori about at least 4 to 5 times.
Exactly. All right, I won't say it anymore. Sorry.
Yeah,
I don't. We love Santori. It's just where Greg does a show with him.
Yeah, he talks to.
He'll be like, "Oh, Santori."
It was just funny because you brought that up, and me and him were talking about that today when I got off work. So
what did I say, babe? Santori. That's how I get some of my info. Like when I don't understand something, I'll ask Santori, and Santori acts like it's like adding 1 + 1 or something.
Greg, it's not a bad thing. It's just fun, man. We're having fun with it, man.
Hey, Dale, can I reference you now?
Sure, if you want. I mean,
all right.
Be like, yeah, that's probably a dumb take. It came from Dell, so take it with a grain of salt. You got to preface it.
I'm a reference Cam.
Dale, as they were to say, go F yourself, pretty much.
Yeah. Some other guys still out there. Like, remember all that hype about Leonard Floyd?
Oh,
when he got released, he's still out there.
He's still out there?
Yeah, he's not signed anywhere.
I thought the Cowboys signed him.
I don't think so,
dude. What are we doing?
I was on Spotrac today. That's where I got all these names from.
Oh
and
my God!
He was still on there.
Greg's about to lose his shirt.
I'm about to lose my shirt, man. We gotta go Leonard Natty or something.
Leonard Natty.
Floyd Natty.
But I mean, we were just talking. We don't really need DN. Like we like to see the young guys get their chance. But
you need that veteran presence, man. If we can get one good veteran pass rusher, like when Dwight Freeney was his final years, that'd be awesome. I mean, in Dockway, Marion Hopkins.
Yeah, that was. I have him on here too. So,
sorry.
Floyd, Bud Dupree, and Ngakoue are all still available.
Bud Dupree is.
I mean, if you can, talk one of them into taking a little bit less than what maybe they're worth to try to chase the ring. And you gotta try.
I say
Like
at
this
this
is the
point.
time.
So Cam, at this point, they'd have to be thinking that because
Yeah, but some guys start thinking when they hit around 30, like Floyd and Dupree are 30. They might be thinking, I'll sign about 3 weeks into camp. Like, I'll
True.
sign.
True.
Like,
That's
they
true
don't.
too. Skip camp. They
yeah,
ain't, they hey,
do the
these players get tired of camp quick.
yeah, do the Sue thing, the Dominican Sue thing. Well, I mean, he signed halfway through the season or whatever, but yeah.
But no, Dale, you left one guy off the list. Are you done with that list?
For what?
Defensive ends or pass rushers.
Well, I've got like another guy, but he's more a D tackle, Puna Ford. I've got written down.
Well, even
so Derek could get his Poontang jersey.
Even though I'm scared to death of the name, I'm not a big fan of Clown. Clown scared me to death. But what about Clown?
Yeah, I don't know.
2 years ago, I would have been all over it. Now, I wouldn't be against it, but
Cam, what do you think? Would you take Clowney?
He's all about the money, dude. That's what he just. I don't think championship.
I mean, he'll give you no pass rush. He's a good run stopper.
Yeah,
but we understand.
Really lived up to his full potential. Was he a bust coming in the NFL? Would you say
he has a really good. We brought this up on my show a couple weeks ago. He has a really good years in Houston.
Well, I think if you're going to be a 10-year vet, you can't be a. Yeah,
it's like 10 years in. I can't call him a bust.
I mean. Right. He made a hell of a lot of money on that hit on that South Carolina kid.
Oh,
or that Michigan kid. Sorry, Michigan kid. He made all his money on that hit. That was a freaking $1 million hit.
My thing is, if you can't get pressure and you got Myles Garrett on the other side, I really don't have any use for you.
Exactly.
Dude, I can't wait to see Orlando Brown against Myles Garrett. I can't wait to see that.
And then just another name, but this would be replacing a young guy who's only going in his second year. It's on a rookie contract. But Dalton Reisner is still out there, which I don't really understand. Left guard for the Broncos, second-round pick. I think we were going to take him that one year when we took I ain't going to say his name. But But the Broncos the Broncos took him. Then the Broncos traded up with us and took Drew Lock with our actual pick. But then they had back-to-back. They made sure they took Reisner first, or Risner, I think is how it's pronounced. But yeah, so he's still out there, and I'm surprised because his grades every year have been like, at least 60 to 65, and like for us, we'd be like, that's good, for our line. Because I mean, in comparison, Volson still last year, we're like, oh, he had a great season, but PFF wise, he was like, I think his overall grade was like 52 or 53.
Right?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. PFF doesn't like him.
Yeah.
We like him. PFF didn't.
And I think he'll get better in year 2 and stuff like that. I'm not saying anything, but
you think he's gonna put a lot more weight on this year?
All right.
Volson?
I have no idea.
Try to bulk up a little more. You think? I don't know. Some people have said that. I don't know if that's a thing he should do because interior, but I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't know it was that bad. That 51 was ugly.
Yeah. No, but is it Risner or Reisner?
I think it's pronounced Risner for him, but typically
I was going to say, man, I got a perfect hashtag. Rise Natty.
Do you want to make everything something natty?
Hey, man, Strawberry, Strawberry got a million of them.
It's like the Galladay. That didn't work either. Thank God.
I did not start that, so don't hold me against that. Thank God we didn't sign him.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, hey, let him have a damn competition in camp.
Yeah,
and then the other guy, your depth.
Yeah,
don't worry about sharpening for because I feel comfortable putting either one of those guys at either guard. If you needed them to come in over Cody Ford, especially.
I mean, Pollock has said that. Now he loves competition. Competition brings the best out of people. So I know Pollock could be for a competition.
Oh yeah.
Now I have a question. Like we're bringing guys in for depth. We bring guys back. We're talking about possibly getting linemen and different things like that. Do you think it may be a writing on the wall for either Hakeem Adeniji or Deontay Smith? Now, Deontay Smith is a guy who we just, after all this offensive line talk, we barely mentioned his name at all, And I thought this was a guy when we first drafted him could be talented and could possibly develop into a starter with his measurables and, and skill set. Do you think this may be kind of like the writing on the wall for him?
Well, I'll put it this way. Me and Dale had the same conversation, and it could be. But last year, during the season, at the same time, we thought Jackson Carman was going to get cut. It just depends on what they do, to be honest. But yeah, they're on the lower tier of the offensive line right now, I think. So, but it just depends on what they do. And I agree with you. When they drafted him, and I did some looking into what he could do in his size and everything, his athleticism, I was like, oh, this might be a steal. It hasn't worked out that way. I mean, he didn't dress for a lot of the games last year. I don't know if he dressed for any, to be honest.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I want to say it's Adeniji that would be even more. It could end up being both.
Yeah.
But I want to say it'd be Adeniji more. But the thing is, like you were saying, Jeff, that's what we talked about.
Yeah.
They've been willing to put Adeniji in and start him at different positions. And Deontay Smith, they won't even activate him. Right. They put Carman in.
That's crazy to me.
No,
that's what I'm like. You drafted him in the 4th round.
No,
right.
Coach Camp, when we drafted Deontay Smith, that was honestly my favorite. Well, besides Chase, that was my favorite late round pick was Deontay Smith. He had like 35-inch arms, just great measurables. All they said was he needed to be coached up a little bit.
He needed to keep his weight on. He had COVID that year, and he dropped
was
weight to like 270 at one point.
But I mean, 35-inch arms. I'm like, oh my gosh, this guy could be great. And I think injuries have just hurt. I had very high hopes from Adeniji. I mean, no offense to him, but I mean, how many more?
It's kind of like Chris Evans, right? We're all like, all right.
I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking the exact same thing.
Like, what's going on? Because when he came out, they said he played left tackle, he played guard, he played right tackle. I'm like, so he could play anywhere too.
Yep.
So I'm like, all right, this is cool. And somehow, some way, it just hasn't.
No, it
hasn't been put together. I don't know why.
Adeniji, I'm sorry. Is it safe to say 3 years is enough chances? I'm sorry, just I don't know.
It's something they love. I think they love his footwork, maybe. Like I'm not trying.
Well, that's the one thing he came out. They said he had really good feet when he came out. So I mean, that's one of the things that they really like.
Bull rush like crazy.
But you usually keep active about 8 on game day, right? And then for the whole roster wise, for the 53, you have about 9 or 10. So if we're just thinking numbers wise, those guys aren't in starting 5. We brought back Sharping. We brought back Ford. Mm-hmm. So now we're up to 7.
If we sign another one,
you got to think we're bringing in a draft pick,
right?
That's
in
what
the
I'm
first
saying.
few rounds. 8. Now there's maybe 1 to 2 spots left. What about Trey Hill, who played backup center? You got to have a backup center.
I think he's there. He's the only backup center we have.
Well, Ben Brown got hurt last year. That was an undrafted free agent. That could be a center guard. Sure. He got hurt in like preseason.
Right.
But maybe he competes with Hill. But I still think one of those guys make the roster just for that reason.
Yeah, one of those two's
maybe or you draft that guy for that.
True. Yeah.
So I mean, now we're getting down to maybe one spot. So, and we didn't even mention Carman yet, did we?
No,
so,
that's what I'm saying.
So now you add Carman in. I don't see a spot for almost Adeniji or Smith unless you just don't draft anybody.
That's what
now. Since we ran off the names, this making me think right tackle's not even in play round 1. Like we just named off.
But are any of them?
Yeah,
starters.
I look. They're not trading Jonah Williams. I'm saying
right there until you get something.
I'm saying on Bengals and Brews right now, March 28th at 4:22 p.m. Jonah Williams was gonna be our right tackle. That's the
starting right tackle, game 1. Jonah Williams.
I've been saying that the whole time. I think you put him there.
There was a report out somewhere that the Bengals are not. He's not getting the market he thought. Most teams view him as a guard and all that. So.
The way Zach Taylor talked about it didn't sound like he was moving anytime soon.
Nope.
Or that
I don't think they're going to. I mean,
I honestly think right tackle is off the board. And I hate to say this. A corner might be coming.
Oh, that's not where I thought you were going. I thought you were going with
in the first round.
We love first round corners.
Dan Horde said this on my show a couple weeks ago that he thinks that he said he'll be shocked at his corner. Which I mean, I've kind of said that too. The Bengals are not scared.
Wouldn't shock me either. Keely Ringo, Cam Smith, Deontay Banks would almost be like I would be cool with it more. But I think he gets scooped up earlier.
That was more in the Marvin when Marvin was coach. That was all in the Marvin era, though.
All right. Well, what about this? If Jonah's going to be our right tackle, we don't need a right tackle. Tight end, we got Irv Smith. We're gonna wait till round 2 or 3 on tight end.
Cool.
KNC and Brazil's gone at D tackle, so we don't love anybody else to take them there. All right, we're staring at Bijan is gone, but we're staring at like Jahmyr Gibbs from Bama at running back and like DeJuan Jones at offensive tackle. But Jonah's still going to be here and be the starter this year.
What if Van Ness is
who do you take?
I mean, Greg may have an answer.
I moved Jonah to left guard. Take DeJuan Jones. Your offensive line is secured.
Yeah, if Jonah's not happy about moving to right
I
tackle,
don't
I'm
care.
not going to be happy
You're
about
getting
moving to guard.
$12 Shut the hell up. God dang it, man. Just shut the hell up. You're playing left guard. I'm taking DeJuan. I mean, would our offensive line not be secured?
I'm not saying it wasn't.
I'm
just saying your original pick when we went back to Mayor.
I'm tired of the BS.
You may get that.
You're
what about Mayor? You gave him a Mayor already? You may just get him.
Yes.
And that wouldn't be bad. I'll take Mayor.
Yeah. So you'd be all in on Mayor, right? If KNC, Brazil, like Darnell Wright's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, now, Coach Cam, we're going somewhere. No, we're agreeing somewhere. I'm sorry, Mayor. I like Mayor.
I love these shows. I have so much fun doing this.
Oh, yeah. It's fun to disagree. That's the whole point of this. It's fun to disagree, to argue over it.
Yeah, just don't tell anybody, let anyone tell you that Barry Sanders sucks.
Hey.
Barry Sanders is
Coach Cam, who's the best running back of all time? Just simple question.
Oh, my opinion?
Walter
to me, it's Barry Sanders.
Oh, come on. Don't feed his ego.
Who's the leading rusher in the NFL in history?
Huh?
Who's the leading rusher in the NFL?
Shut up.
I don't care about that. I'm sorry. Like, he had the best line in football for over that. I could run for 10,000 yards if I had that line. I could crush it. Barry Sanders had to cut, stop in the backfield. He had to do it all himself. Now, the negative on Barry Sanders is he took too many negative carries. But that's because he had to try to shake 3 or 4 people in the backfield as soon as he got the ball.
Look, to be honest,
Barry Sanders was different.
I'm really not disagreeing with you. I'm just doing it to screw with Greg.
Yeah,
Cam, I'm about to cry, buddy. Coach Cam, I'm about to cry, buddy. Thank you so much, man.
Greg's building the bunk beds right now, Cam.
See, this is a coach right here. A coach. A certified coach right here that's telling us this. Just saying. Thank you, Cam. Thank you.
Yeah, I was hoping you'd say any other name but Barry Sanders.
I was gonna say Walter Payton though.
Yeah.
Don't
that dude. I watched.
Hey, if Cam knew the assignment, he would have said Walter Payton. Watch your head explode. Greg.
The assignment is to make Greg's head explode. That's the assignment.
Now, is Gronk by far and away the best tight end of all time? Because that was what started it.
Cam.
We said you got to mention.
Cam, you're on my good side here. Don't do
Tony
this.
Gonzalez.
Kelsey
may end up being.
Kelsey?
The best tight end of all time?
No, Cam, don't do this to me.
I mean, even Gates. Gates had
a
long career.
Oh, yeah. Antonio Gates, man. Don't forget about him.
Shut up.
I mean, best tight end for me. It's so funny. For me, the best tight end in the game is still, to me, it was Shannon Sharp.
What?
Oh, there you go.
We mentioned him too, didn't we, Jim?
We did.
We said Sharp, Gonzalez.
Look up the touchdowns Gronk had. Don't say Tom Brady.
I don't want to look at the stat. I'm talking about eye test.
I mean, I like Shannon Sharp too, but Cam, what are you doing to me here, bro?
Yeah, because Greg, if we're talking stats, then Emmitt Smith is
better
than Barry Sanders.
Think about if Shannon Sharp played in the era today, like what type of numbers he would have. Imagine
he my trash talk alone.
Shannon Sharp.
What about Dallas Clark?
No, not Dallas Clark. Stop.
I'm going Shannon.
Yeah, man. Come on, bud.
Hey, I'm sorry. You put him in this era right now.
No. Hey, Cam. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Oh,
He goes to this.
is
every
Die
time.
Hard a Christmas movie?
Just answer the question.
They were at a
No.
Christmas party.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you.
No,
Cam, I'm still upset with you, bud.
he
agree
still
with
comes
you.
back with I'm still
But I'm
upset.
Shannon Sharp over Gronk.
Yes.
Oh,
All right. I test only also here. So Jerry Rice or like Randy Moss,
okay.
Calvin
Who?
Johnson.
No. Cam, best receiver of all time in the NFL. Just best receiver.
Jerry Rice. We don't have to.
Oh, thank you. Okay, Cam, you're good, but you just
Hey
need to cut
man,
up.
3 out of
What's-
4.
What's
You're
next,
good for
Greg?
it, too.
Home
You're
Alone
good.
1 or 2? Home Alone 1 or 2?
Or Mighty Ducks.
No, stop. Well, let's not ruin this. Look, anymore. Okay, Cam, like I said, just change Shannon Sharp. We're good to go here, buddy. I mean,
Hey, we were here. We're here.
all right, no, you're cool. Compared to these two, you're in really good shape right now. So I'll give you that.
Hey. All right, Cam, explain how Die Hard
No,
isn't a
stop,
Christmas
Matthew.
movie.
Shut up.
Then at Christmas
No,
time, all about coming home to his family. Got that
And it's
heartwarming story.
Thank you,
You know,
Cam.
got Christmassy
He
music.
said, Merry Christmas, mother.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn. All right, is Mean Girls?
Nothing screams. Okay, when you sit around and say, "Hey guys, we're gonna watch Christmas movies," you're not putting in Die Hard.
I am.
Stop.
Because Cam, don't listen. Jeff's just trying to get a rise out of it. Well, that's why the ship has sailed with that. But.
Home Alone 1 or 2?
No.
Home Alone 1's the best. It's a
Yeah,
classic.
the original
He's
Home's
at
the best.
home.
Dale. Let's not go down this road.
Oh, we can keep going.
No, come on.
What you got, Cam? A Home Alone 1 or 2?
1.
Yes! Let's go, Cam! It's my boy!
Let's go!
Home Alone 2 is the
see,
best.
y'all dropping my Greg percentage low here. Yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna keep going down this path.
Cam, all right. These two are at a 0 with me and all that. You're like at an 80%. I'm trying to help you get a perfect score here, buddy. With the whole thing starting, man. I'm trying to help you out.
man.
All right, best pass rusher.
All right, come on, Cam. Don't do this to me.
Best pass rusher?
Just
all
best pass
time.
rusher of all time.
All time. Who's the leader?
Like, don't matter the position.
Well,
Yeah, it could be
that's the
outside
best-
linebacker, DN.
the best guy to get to the quarterback that you.
And the best guy to
Lawrence
sack
Taylor.
quarterback the most.
Oh,
Thank you,
he's
Cam.
back. He's back with
Oh,
Greg.
God. Yes, Cam. Oh, Cam,
Yeah,
man.
what is
Brad,
Brad?
he's the leader.
Thank you,
LT.
Cam.
LT was on dope and was getting to the QB.
Don't be the crack. What are you talking, bro?
Whatever he was on, he had him
Thank
on
you,
10.
Cam. Thank you, Cam. I'm sorry to get it for your sins.
Hey, what about Reggie White?
And
What
Home
about
Alone-
Reggie White?
Yeah.
Cam, if you just say Gronk and Home Alone 2, you get a perfect score here,
I
buddy.
can't go Gronk.
No. Let's just have an honest discussion. Why is Gronk not number 1? I mean, he's been hurt so many times. He's broken so many. I can't say broken records, but he is just a beast.
He hasn't broke any records.
Gronk is a beast, man. You have to admit that.
Oh, smoke Greg. Joe Green.
He is a monster.
Yes.
No doubt about it. He's a monster. I'm just saying, if Shannon Sharp played in this passing era
Yeah.
today, his numbers will be unreal.
I
Like he was the whole originator, splitting out wide.
Right.
This dude at 34 years old could catch a slant and take it to the crib. Like he was unreal. Like Gronk ain't taking no slant and taking it 90 yards for a touchdown.
But have you seen what Gronk did when he had like 3 or 4 guys around him making these one-handed catches?
Yeah.
Oh,
So did Randy Moss.
you
So
know,
did Randy
do it for
Moss and
me.
Calvin Johnson don't make
Oh,
them
would
better
you
all
stop
time
with
than Jerry
Calvin Johnson?
Rice.
No, Dale, stop.
Calvin Johnson made one of the greatest catches ever. Just saying.
I don't. Oh my.
Far as what I watched on tight end, Shannon Sharp to me is still
All right,
top dog.
Cam,
No matter what.
Cam.
I think a lot of
Safety.
these other tight ends
Safety.
got
What about
value.
safety?
He's going
Better.
What about safety? What about
Best
safety, Cam?
safety. You're not going to agree with me on this, but what is it?
Safety,
Yeah, safety.
Ed Reed.
Troy Polamalu.
Yeah. I said Ed Reed too.
Lots.
Ronnie
Lott,
look,
baby. Cut his finger off to play football. It's Ronnie Lott.
well, that's not a bad pick either. Ed Reed for me, it's like when he touched that ball, it's going for 6 the other way.
Yeah.
So not only is he taking the ball away, he's scoring when he touched it.
He'd hit you too. I know Polamalu would hit you, but man, I don't know.
I like Polamalu more. I know a lot of people are going to say Reed.
You ever seen Ronnie Lott hit somebody?
Yeah.
I feel like Ed Reed was like he was like the Carson killer for a while. Like you knew he was going to get a
So
pick
was
six.
Polamalu. He would pick him up.
And Polamalu was too.
They're former roommates.
Right.
At USC. He
No,
knew exactly
no.
where Carson was going to throw the damn ball.
But you know what, Cam? I know I was a little hard on you, but you're good on my side.
Hey, Greg, you got to change your name to Gronk Meat Rider.
Gronk Meat Rider.
Yeah. But no, Cam, the biggest passing grade is the die-hard passing grade because I've had a lot of people disagree with me. You're one of the few that agrees with me, so you get a big passing grade, Cam. Congrats, bud.
There you go.
What about Mighty Ducks? 1 or 2?
Okay, can we Dale, just don't ruin this, Dale. Come on.
You know what? Sad to say, I've only seen the first one.
That counts. You like the first one better.
Yeah.
The second one's the best one, man. Come on.
I haven't seen both.
Yeah. All right.
Good job, Cam. You completely redeemed yourself.
No, he ain't got no. He can't have an opinion on that one.
No, Cam, the way you redeemed yourself was the non-football die-hard question, man. I mean, that's a fair grade in mine.
You had Greg's Heart at Die Hard is not a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Greg's Heart. He loved. I love you, man.
Cam, you're on my good. So, but Barry Sanders, like I say, I know I got on you with the Shannon, and I still like Shannon Sharp, so you're cool. Yeah, Gronk and Addy.
So, actually, out of all the tight ends, who's the greatest trash talker?
Gronk.
Oh, bullshit!
Oh, bullshit, you.
Sharp is still talking shit. He's going to Lakers game.
I'll tell you who's the undercover trash talker.
Shannon Sharp.
Trash talking.
Now, Shannon Sharp was one, but another undercover trash talker that I loved in the 90s and the early 2000s was John Randall for the Vikings, the defense.
All right.
He will chirp, talk all game long, getting them linemen's head.
Those NFL film clips.
Two.
Yeah, NFL film clips.
He would look at their bio before we even had bios and find something about their mom or their family to make fun about.
John Randall was a savage. He was a damn good player too.
Mm-hmm. He was only like 6 foot, wasn't he? He was like short too.
Yeah, he was the original like smaller D tackle. Yeah.
Well, I was watching the Peyton's Places, and he did a thing on Randall, and Randall actually put he wore a chain. Somehow he hit a chain on his body when he went and weighed in, so he weighed more. They actually thought he did. That's how he made the team, because they wanted him to put weight on, and he didn't want to because he knew it wouldn't be as fast, so he wore a chain, big chain link chain on there.
That's awesome, man. I'm not gonna do a mock draft today. I know that'll probably upset Crypt Keeper, but he ain't on that chat. I'm gonna take a day off from mock drafting at least.
Good idea.
So we're gonna end this one. I think, like, I already started right before the show, just to make sure my mower would still fire up after winter. I think I'm gonna go push mow the yard. Probably die because I'm fat, but
oh man.
But if not, I'll see y'all in a day or two. Back on here. I appreciate
Hopefully I'm
y'all.
recovered. Hopefully I'm recovered to get my. Hopefully I'm not, too out of it. Yeah, with my anger, but yeah.
Coach Cam. I'm like, where's he going with this?
I have no idea. I was wondering that myself.
Tell him where to find you.
At Coach Cam C. Coach Cam Chance on Instagram. Coach
Greg's
Cam
bestie.
C on Twitter.
Greg's bestie.
Greg's
That's
bestie.
your name next time, Greg's bestie.
Right. Greg's best friend. So y'all can catch me on those platforms.
Yeah.
Hey, appreciate your time, man.
No, I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, Greg.
Catch old Greg on Rally Around the Natty. I mean, Dale, look, I've been meaning to ask you this live. Can I just say I'm a part-time host on Bengals and Brews in the afternoon? Or
Sure, man. All you guys can.
Okay, I didn't know if I signed a contract with you yet. You said we had
No,
to.
you ain't got. It's not blood in, blood out. You, Cam, Jeff, you my early brew crew guys.
All right, so I'll say I'm part-time Bengals and Brews.
you're part-time.
I just want to tell him no just to piss him off.
Okay.
Greg, you're part-time brew crew member.
Yeah.
Okay. Part-time brew crew member. I just want to make sure. But yeah, no.
And your part-time means that you have to do like 5 days a week, where Derek and Joe are full-time and they do 1 day.
All right.
It's a shitty part-time job.
I'm working my way up
you.
to 2 days a week. I promise.
And you have to have a halter top on next time.
Okay.
Especially if we get Zeke. It has to happen. Live on the show.
Zeke, I'll make sure I'll run to the stadium in a crop top. Say, Zeke, come on, Bengals and Brews.
You got to have somebody running with you filming that.
I know. Hey, Strawberry, meet me down at the stadium, buddy.
If you're doing that, I'm coming.
All right, buddy. All right. Yeah, but no, seriously.
Be like a Rocky montage.
I got to say something. We got some giveaways coming and all that. That's all I can say and all that. But we got something special coming up on Rally Around the Natty.
Check them out on Rally. Maybe able to check them out on this show. We'll see. I don't know about tomorrow. We'll see. Maybe we'll get another signing. Maybe we'll get Zeke. Then we'll have to do a show.
Hey, we could do Street Natty or something. It could be Street Natty. It could be something.
I'm waiting with bated breath till tomorrow to see what your fucking name is tomorrow.
I can't wait till.
If we do a show tomorrow, we're gonna need some news to break or something to happen because I'm running out of. Running out of the daily topics.
So. What is the whole 32-team mock draft tomorrow?
Yeah.
Hey, we worked today, Crip.
What?
Went to work. Home.
I work where you guys sleep.
Yeah.
Shoot, the ones I wonder, they're all in spaces all day long. Do they ever work? They got spaces all day long, which I've been listening to. It's kind of interesting listening to. But I'm
let's hope there's a show tomorrow because that means a signing's going to happen.
There you go.
Well, that and maybe we could do one. Obviously we can always do a mock draft.
Yeah,
to take the day off doing a mock draft, but it'd be nice to have a little something more to talk about. We'll think of something. There's always something.
Yeah, we'll figure something out.
Nothing about Barry Sanders or anything.
Oh, trust me, we do a whole mock draft.
I could do a whole.
Who's better than Barry Sanders draft?
All right, let's do that. And I'll just run out of the room or something.
Yeah, we could do some Mount Rushmore, like Bengals position.
Yeah, let's do that.
Skill positions, Mount Rushmore, wide receivers, running backs,
quarterbacks,
something like that.
As long as you guys agree with me, there'll be no trouble with that.
Well, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we'll figure something out. We'll probably do one tomorrow because I'll probably come on Jeff's show too after. So.
All right.
Yep.
All right, man. Well, Greg, love you, buddy.
Love you. Take care.
Hey, Greg.
I mean, I cut him off there. But Jeff, where to find you? I know you got a show today. I'm gonna cut grass, so I'm gonna stay off of that one.
Yeah, you're gonna stay off of it. But I got Bengals Talk Show Rats. I got the authors from Bulldog to Bengal. The author Scott Burson and the co-author Sam Smathers. I think that's how you say it. Now, Sam is the one who put Joe Burrow at QB, the first one to do it. And I'm going to ask him the story about it, the whole shades and everything, and why he is the reason Jackpot Joey is a quarterback. That alone, I want to find out.
How many times are you going to beg these guys to ask Joe to come on your show?
About 300.
Okay, that's fair.
Give or take.
So everybody in the chat too be like, "Hey, you guys
everybody in the chat just say, come on, get Joe to come on my show." That would help.
Yeah, and then I'll make sure I'm on that one too.
Yeah. While you're cutting the grass you're gonna cut the grass with shirt on or shirt off?
Oh, I don't do shirtless, man. I live by a highway, bro. You get arrested for indecent exposure. They'd be like, damn.
Like, oh my God, I see the light. It's so bright. What is that?
Well, that, and they'd be like, damn, this man had his titties out. I'm like, yeah, but I'm a man. And they'd be like, still, you can't be just having your titties out everywhere. I'm like, come on now.
Hey, maybe you make some extra money that way. Work it.
Yeah, I'm cutting grass. That's for free. I'm gonna have to do OnlyFans if there's people that are into that. Like,
get all nice and sweaty, man, sweat going.
Yeah, we talked about some more. You can always watch us back on YouTube. By the way, please subscribe if you're not subscribed. But yeah,
hit the like buttons.
People,
hit the like buttons. Thumbs up.
This one. Yeah, like, subscribe, all that. The bell.
Ding,
the bell for notifications because we're going to go live like crazy, especially draft time. We haven't even decided exactly what we're doing for the draft, but we'll either be giving you updates every time we pick doing shows or we might do one big-ass live show. We haven't figured it out quite yet. Got to see what else is going on.
We're going to do something. It's going to be fun. We did something last year. We'll do something this year.
Yeah, for sure. But as always, we appreciate you guys. Show's nothing without y'all. It's a little shitty podcast.
Little shitty podcast.
We do the best we can. Try to, just give our opinions, have fun with it. make fun of ourselves. Love to see Greg fucking popping veins when you disagree with him
That's
about
the best.
anything.
That's the best part. I don't even care if I agree with him. I'm going to disagree with him just to piss him off.
Exactly. That's like Jerry Rice is clearly the best receiver.
Right, no, I can completely agree with him. And
But
I'm
it's like,
I
I got to mention Randy Moss and Calvin Johnson and anybody else I can think of. Just
right. Chris
just
Carter.
get him going. It's
Anybody.
quality. But appreciate y'all. Jeff, appreciate you. Have a good show, brother.
Thanks, bro.
Uday.
Uday.
Who they, baby? Let's go! It's time! Cincinnati, we gon' rise and up. In the jungle, we unite and up. Trippin' orange and black and white. Who they when we fight? Live and die in these stripes. Now who gotta move rockin' on? Now who wanna move crossing on? Now who wanna move out on? If you got stripes and you let the city know you rock 'em, yeah we got 'em, yeah we fought 'em. Like that black and orange up on 'em, finger bottle, never stop it. To the beast and on 'em. Who they rockin' with the diamond stripes, flossin' on the ring. Cincinnati, she's our queen, we gon' show the world who king. Orange in the day, black in the night. Stripes in our veins.
I wanted to stay on here to tell Kevin if he's still on here. So the hats are this year's draft hats. Jeff went to the pro shop and picked his up yesterday. They just came out yesterday. I ordered mine. I think it ended up being an NFL shop, but it's all like Fanatics. That's why
They're
I
two
told
different
you.
kinds too.
But it's
Mine's
NFL
a
shop.
fitted.
Yeah, and there's a white one also. Yep. Yeah, I've got the snapback. Jeff's got the fitted. There's different ones and different colors. But yeah, you can go NFL shop, Fanatics, probably the Bengals site. All those have the different ones. One's like a cream, almost a white.
Yep.
I originally ordered that one before I seen the black ones. And I'm like, I'll get that one so dirty, so I switched it up. But that's where. Hoo day. Appreciate y'all. Got to end it.